This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
This is a TellUS radio show, and I am your host, Siegfried Drues. Today's guest is Sabine Hockenjos from Switzerland. Hello, Sabine. How are you doing today?
Hello, Siegfried. Thank you. I'm fine. We have just beautiful, sunny summer weather, and I enjoyed my day.
Perfect. Like us today. Okay, Sabine. Today we will talk about energy. Our body is chemical, physical, and has a lot of high energy, our heart energy. And our heart has the highest energy, 6,000 times more than our brain. Sabine, please introduce yourself and tell us why it's so important for us to know more about our heart and its energy.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very honored to talk to you here. I'm a pharmacist. I went to pharmacy school in Zurich. About 30 years ago, I finished that with the federal degree and became a Swiss registered pharmacist. Right from the beginning, when I went to pharmacy school, I was interested in natural healing, natural medicines, and also nutrition, all these things which keep our body healthy and help him on a natural level without harm. So since I didn't learn much about that in pharmacy school, I started right away after I finished with my degree in a homeopathic pharmacy. I was the head pharmacist and was responsible for the manufacturing of homeopathic medicines. It was a small company in Switzerland, which was the daughter company of one of the biggest German manufacturers for homeopathic remedies. After some years, I had some experience and I wanted to see the world and started a round-the-world trip together with my husband. And we agreed with the company that we will work for them in the US for a few months, since they just started a new operation there in Philadelphia and California. It turned out that we stayed for 3 years in California, and from that time I'm still a member of the US Pharmacopoeia Committee. The Pharmacopoeia is the book for the pharmacists. The book tells us how to produce something, how to do it, what quality it has to be, what the methods are, and so on. So it was a very interesting time for me to be in California. I also went to trade shows and I gave talks, I gave workshops at naturopathic schools in homeopathic manufacturing. It was just fun.
Yes, Sabine.
Yeah.
And what time do you start to use and to search about our heart? This is the theme today, heart energy. What time do you start with your new program? You work in Switzerland and Germany.
Yes. When I came back to Switzerland in the early 90s, I looked around and I got some more information. I got some more education in the natural healing methods. And I came across some natural energetic methods like kinesiology. And eventually I also learned that there is a very interesting method called heart rate variability measurement, HRV. And I started to study this, and it's very fascinating to be in this field, because our heart is the most powerful energy transmitter. Whenever we have an emotion, if it's bad or good, we transmit energy to our environment. And whenever we meet people or talk to somebody, stand across somebody, the heart energies of the two bodies meet, and it also has some interference. And
Sabine, can I feel this energy? You say two person stands in close together and speak about maybe the weather and so on. Can I feel the energy from the person next to me?
Well, it depends a little bit on how sensitive you are. Some people are very sensitive to this energy, and others are have lesser sensitivity. But if somebody is a nice person, you feel that this is a nice person, you like to be around this person, most likely the energy this person, the heart energy this person sends to you is a positive energy.
Okay, Sabine, you use the word HRV, heart rate variability, and we will talk about the short break. I am Siegfried Trues, and we will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xcbn.net.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
Hello, I'm Pete Marsh. With my daughter Justina, we will be presenting the new radio show, Too Good to Be True. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But with the help of Justina's amazing gifts, we're going to gain insight into questions that don't yet have complete answers. Have you wondered who built Stonehenge and for what reason? Why are crop circles found in the same region as Stonehenge and elsewhere? Are crop circles a hoax, or are they created with technologies that we have little knowledge of? Who built the pyramids in Egypt and also in other countries? How and why were they built? Was the Titanic switched with the Britannic as part of a gigantic insurance fraud, or for more insidious reasons? What caused the Tunguska event when trees were flattened over an 800 square mile area in Siberia? Will the new insights be too good to be true? Well, that will depend on what you are prepared to believe. Please join us as we start on this journey together. For more information on Too Good to Be True, visit www.xzbn.net.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Drues. Hello, Sabine. I'm so glad to have you in my radio show today.
Hi,
Before the
Siegfried.
break, we talk about HRV, heart rate variability. Please help us to understand more about HRV.
Okay, in order to explain HRV, I need to give you a very, very brief introduction into our autonomic nervous system. When you think about our body and all the actions of our organs and the metabolic processes in our cells, you realize that all this works 24 hours a day, every day of our life, without our conscious control. So, in fact, we will not be able to control this and steer what's going on in our body. We wouldn't have the capacity in our brain to do all this. Our autonomic nervous system takes care of all of that. In the autonomic nervous system, we distinguish between two branches. The sympathetic nervous system, it is responsible for all action-related activities in our body, and it uses energy. And the parasympathetic nervous system, it is responsible for relaxation, restoration, and building up of energy. Ideally, these two branches are in balance, and the parasympathetic nervous system has always enough influence on the body to restore and build and regenerate the body. In our today's high performance and stress-loaded life, it is very difficult to keep this balance. If stress is acting on our body over longer periods of time, the sympathetic nervous system becomes stronger and stronger, and the parasympathetic branch gets weaker. It has not enough influence anymore to replenish the energy tank. And after some years, we may encounter a stage called burnout. We feel some symptoms early, well before we have the symptom of a burnout. It may be like something like sleeping disorders, we have less energy, we cannot concentrate anymore. But we do not know that these are alarm signals and these are signals of chronic stress symptoms.
Okay, Sabine, please help me to build a bridge between our stress and our nerve system. What is the bridge from our HRV, from the heart to the brain? And I don't understand what is the meaning in the moment, because I can I'm searching for the system. I know as nerve systems, the two systems we have in our body. What's happened with the heart in this field? What's
Yeah.
place is the heart?
It's a very key. It's a key role our heart plays in this field, and our rhythm of the heart is the key measurement in this area. The HRV is a relatively new science in physiology. The HeartMath Institute in Boulder Creek, California, is a pioneer in research related to the heart coherence and HRV. Doc Childre founded the institute, and he spent all his life to investigate the connection between the heart and the brain and how our emotions act on our heart and what this all means when we can measure it. In the beginning, we had no possibility to measure the influence of stress on our heart. We know that there is an influence, but we didn't know what was the optimal indicator to measure it. After a while, the people at the HeartMath Institute, they found out that the ideal indicator is the heart rate variability. It's a variance in our heart rhythm. Between two heart beats, there is always a time difference. And this can be a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. And it changes in a dynamic, rhythmic way in a very healthy body.
And
so they started to measure this.
Sabine? Okay. What influence has this little between our two heartbeats, this time frames? What's happened? How influenced me and my life, my stress or my burnout syndrome, or in my life today, in every day? And you use the word coherence. What is the meaning of the word coherence? Please tell us.
Yes, coherence is an optimal physiological state in a positive mindset. And when we are in coherence, the rhythm of our breath, our heart rate, and our blood pressure are in accordance. So this shows that all this is interconnected within our body. It's a connection between the heart and the brain. So scientists found out that chronic stress on our body leads to a disorder in the higher level brain centers, which adversely affect the function of virtually all body systems. Our body systems are mostly influenced by the autonomic nervous system, as we heard before. And so this connection is very important. And with the heart rate variability measurement, we can show that this connection is not in balance anymore, that there is not a coherence between these different rhythms.
Okay, so coherence is if I build a bridge between my brain and my heart, is a coherence. So you talk about positive thinking, and I remember 10 or 15 years ago, Psyche. Think positive, I'm the best, I'm good, I'm really good, I'm beautiful, and I like my life. It isn't enough, or what I have to do? Or is it different between Psyche and, say, coherence?
Yes, there is a difference between, you can think positive, but if there is no synchronization yet between your breath and your brain and your heart rate, there is no coherence. So keeping up coherence as much as possible is basically mandatory for health in a long term. But it is difficult for us to find out that this coherence is not there. After a while, may learn it, but in the beginning, we don't know about it and we cannot feel it. So we need a tool that shows us that the coherence is not there, and we need a way to train our body to restore this coherence. And if the body is in optimal coherence, we also know that this body has increased cognitive function. His self-regulatory capacity is very high. His emotional stability is high, and he can cope with change in a good way. And this is very important today because our life today is changing very fast and we have to cope constantly with unexpected things.
You are also right with the sentence. The change is living every day and in a fast way. It is unbelievable. I read a statistic last week. 7 of 10 people are getting sick through stress. Can me help the HRV to don't feel in stress or in burnout? How can I use this measurement and this test method, HRV, and what I have to do?
First of all, you have to be aware that there are some symptoms of stress, and you have to be open to get measured. So then you go through the measurement. It's a very easy method. It takes just about 5 minutes, and the equipment is really not big. It all fits into a business case, and it weighs about 2 kilos. I can take it anywhere and perform the measurement in any quiet and relaxing atmosphere. So once you know where you stand, then you can perform a specific coherence training your body every day, several times a day, to restore this coherence, this synchronization of the rhythms between breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and to restore this connection between the brain and the heart. And this is one of the most powerful prevention methods for burnout and to release stress on a daily level.
You told us already the Heart Method Institute in California is the founder or the inventor of this method. How find Doc children it out? So this heart rate variability is so important for us. How he do it? And I know about the Heart Method Institute because Doc Children is dead. He's dying many years ago. His daughter is now the leader and the head of the Heart Method Institute. What they are doing?
Well, in the early 90s, the researchers knew that our emotions have an effect on our heart, but they didn't know how the effect was, what the mechanism behind it was. So they started to perform measurements in every direction. They tried physiologic, like brainwave measurements, EEG, or electrocardiography, ECG, blood pressure, hormone levels. Everything has been explored. And after years, they were sure that the heart rate variability was the most dynamic and reflective indicator of this connection between the brain and the heart, and this was a valuable measurement, a valuable indicator to assess where somebody stands.
Okay, Sabine. Maybe I travel to Switzerland, I come to you in your office or in your workstation, workplace, and you do the measurements with me. Mm-hmm. what shows me the results? I think we talk about the next short break, about the measurements and the results. So I am Siegfried Trues, and we will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xcbn.net.
Dreams are our personal gateways into infinite wisdom. Don't miss shamanic counselor and indigenously trained dream decoder Sandra Corcoran's inspiring book, Shamanic Awakening Between the Dark and the Daylight. This remarkable work chronicles Sandra's 35 years of experience with diverse wisdom keepers and her initiations throughout the Americas and across the British Isles, Turkey, Greece, and Egypt. Sandy's knowledge of symbology, psychology, and myth influence her dream blog and workshops. Sandy offers private tarot readings, international journeys, a meditative CD, as well as her book, Shamanic Awakening, to encourage you as you navigate this earth walk, creating a deeper connection to yourself and all that is. Find this and more at Sandy's website, starwalkervisions.com.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com.
Hello, I'm Justina Marsh, and with my dad Pete, we are going to present a new show called Too Good to Be True. Together, we are aiming to discover more truths about this world and beyond. Do you have unanswered questions about the world? Do you ever wonder about aliens, conspiracy theories, or the universe? There are many shows discussing subjects such as pyramids or UFOs, but we want to relay this information based on our own research, including from spiritual means. Hopefully, listeners will be helped with their own beliefs and will appreciate the psychic insights that add to the previous research and information. We both look forward to sharing this insight and beginning this journey with our listeners. Visit xzbn.net for more information about when to listen.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Trues. Today's guest is Sabine. Welcome back, Sabine.
Hi.
Okay, Sabine. Before the short break, I asked you about the measurements and the results. Please help us to understand what the results will say me or will show me.
Well, the result tells you if your heart rate is in synchronization with your breath. That's basically what it tells you, if coherence is there or not. So since we know that when you're stressed over years, the parasympathetic nerve system is weak and cannot restore the body anymore enough, this coherence measurement is a very important indicator well before the burnout symptoms are there. So we see that way ahead of time, and we can tell people early that they are on a path to burnout, that they should take care and change their lifestyle, give them instructions on what they can do so that they can prevent burnout. So the science of the HeartMath Institute in California has shown that in about 6 to 9 weeks of the training, you can improve the ability of focus or the ability to listen and also the ability to sleep well. And you can drop anxiety, you can drop fatigue, you can drop depression. All these are symptoms of stress which are getting worse and worse over the years if you don't do anything about it. So
Yes, Sabine,
the measurement itself is just a result for the beginning. It just gives you an indication where you are.
It's an indication, a result for the moment, yes. I know 5 years ago we become friends. We talk about nutrition, we talk about healthy, about wellness, about different kind of losing weight. And you start this HeartMath method 2 years ago, I think. And I know you work with different clients and customers in single group, in single one-to-one or in group studies. Please, can you give us a testimonial from different kind of measurements and results and about the training? You told us we have 6 up to 9 weeks to train our body, our brain, our heart. What we have to do to train 6 to 9 weeks, and what is after this 9 weeks?
Yeah, well, the reason why I got into this is I realized that many of my overweight clients, they are really stressed. I also have a possibility to measure metabolism activity, and there I often got signals that this person is in stress. So I started to look for other possibilities to show this, and I came across HRV measurement. I integrate the two methods, and sometimes I worked for companies like the management team of a smaller company with 14 people. I did a wellness day, and we did a measuring day. I worked together with a sports physiologist from the Swiss Technology Institute in Zurich. And so we did different measurements with these people. They were all between 30 and 50 and were very active people, managers, used to high performance. And most of them also went jogging 2 to 3 times a week. And what we found was that 12 out of the 14, they showed signs in the metabolism measurement of stress, and also signs of stress in the HRV. The coherence was not good anymore. And when we talked to them about their sports activities and their jogging and so on, they all told us, oh, I need to go jogging because I have to relax and it helps me to relieve my stress. Unfortunately, they didn't realize that they added some additional stress with the jogging because they went too fast, too often, too long, and it was stress again for the body. And that we could show them in one of the physiology measurements on the bike. And it turned out that their fitness was way lower than what it should be. Most of them were about half as fit as any other man in their age should be. So they were really astonished what we told them. And my colleague, the sports physiologist, he always tells people that stress in the job and stress in sports is the worst thing you can combine. So we told them
Sabine.
to do that.
Yeah. Sorry, Sabine. You told us already if on the pathway to stress, when is the best time to do the measurement, to come to you and do the test? You have a group of 14 age from 30 to 50, and maybe there are persons in a stress situation, managers and leaders from a company. I think they have already a lot of stress. I know maybe that if I don't use nutrition, our body say, hello, I need help, is only by 30%. When I have to know how I feel, I have to learn more about my heart and the high energy from the heart and to do the measurements.
I recommend to do it anytime if during a stressful period, because it gives you an indication if your body can cope with it or if there is a reaction to the stress, which is bad on the long term. So you can do it with 20 already. I mean, some students are very stressed out because of exams and things like that, and they need to do the coherence training as well in order to keep their body healthy and on a high performance level. The coherence training itself is, in general, a breathing technique training. So the way it works is you can, for example, you can do it with one of your laptops on a computer monitor. You will see a nice picture. And you can even choose the scene you see. It's mostly nature, great pictures from nature. And in the middle of the picture, there is a hot air balloon or a butterfly floating in the air. And if the coherence is good, the hot air balloon or the butterfly goes up. And if the coherence is bad, it goes down. So you see right away if there is coherence. And then on the left side of the picture, you see a bar indicator for your breathing. So it gives you the rhythm for the breathing. Ideally, we have 6 breaths per minute. But not all the people can keep that rate in the beginning. So most of the time they have to train to get to that rate.
Sabine, you say you have a group of 14 people to do the measurements. How it works? What is the techniques behind them? You say you have a laptop and I want to know how it works. I cannot imagine what I have to do. The measurement, yes.
The measurement, okay. You can do it in any room. It just has to be a private and quiet room. And the client should be relaxed for a few minutes before we start measuring. Maybe he drinks some glass of water or just calms down a little bit for a few minutes. And if the clients come to my practice, I let them lay down on the massage table Otherwise, you can also do it sitting in a nice and comfortable chair. The measurement itself is like when you do the ECG measurement. You can use the ECG pads on the chest, or you can use clamps on the wrists to get the signal. And the signal then is being transferred to the computer, and the program analyzes the signals.
How many times do you need? 5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes, yes. After 5 minutes, we have enough signals to analyze what's going on. And then the computer gives you a result. And the result is just an indicator of the situation of that moment. So you can say, okay, right now, it's very stressy for me to be here and do the measurement. So the result might be a little bit worse than what it would be if you're more relaxed. In order to get a really good impression, you would need to do the measurements on several days.
Okay. What data do you need from me? I come to you, I will do the measurement, and what data? The age, my weight, and what else?
Yes. The age is very important because the heart rate variability data is age dependent. So the data is different if you're 20 years old or if you're 40 or 60 years old. So the results are always put in perspective with the age of the client.
Okay. The age, what is the difference? Maybe I'm 10 years, 20 years, or 50 years old. What is the difference between this age?
The coherence goes down with growing age. So it is a natural process. And the flexibility of the adaptation and the self-regulation of the body is weaker when you're older than when you're young. So if you compare let's say a 60-year-old with a 20-year-old, and the 20-year-old has the same measurements as the 60-year-old, it's a very, very bad sign for the 20-year-old. Because the 60-year-old, even if he's in very, very good, always a little bit lower than 20-year-old.
Okay, Sabine. Now I have done 2 tests. What's going on? What I have to do with this knowledge? So we will talk about the next break. So I am Siegfried Roos, and we will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xcbn.net.
Are you curious? Do you want to learn more about how the world works and have fun at the same time? Study coincidences with me, Dr. Bernie Beitman, MD, on my Connecting with Coincidence radio show here on the XZBN network. Listen to Jungians theorize, statisticians randomize, true believers evangelize, while I categorize. I dance to the rhythm of coincidences. People who experience me see more of them. Maybe something on the show matches a thought in your mind. Let us know. Expand your mind to the weirdness happening around you. Synchronicity spoken here, there, and everywhere. For more information, put Connecting with Coincidence in your search engine and find my website, my social media sites, and my blog.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
True healing must address 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, for us to live joyful and productive lives. We tend to treat 3 of the 4, leaving the spiritual languishing. If you're tired of the same dysfunctional patterns cropping up in your life, Soul Balancing is for you. Trixie Phelps, owner and founder of Soul Balancing, is a naturally gifted energy healer trained in numerous esoteric forms, including shamanism. Trixie has created a powerful modality that safely and effectively clears your energetic field. A Soul Balancing session can remove interference, heal trauma, and restore your hope. Contact Trixie for a life-changing long-distance session today, www.soulbalancing.world. There's a legend shared by many indigenous cultures of a time when the nations were cast to the 4 corners of the world. Each nation was given a body of sacred knowledge that held a different portion of the truth to preserve. True reality could not be known until all the nations reunited, combining the information. If a single one was missing, the world could not be reborn and darkness would prevail. The Science of Magic Radio is dedicated to reuniting the sacred knowledge. With the understanding, none of us has all the answers, but together we can open new perceptions and possibilities. Through our combined vision, the world can be reborn into a place where darkness no longer prevails. Join me, Gwilda Wiyaka, and the Science of Magic daily on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, xzbn.net, or visit us at thescienceofmagic.net.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Drews. Today's guest is Sabine. Sabine, what's happened after the test, the measurements? What can I do with the results? What's going on? How can I train my body, my brain, and my heart?
Okay, coherence training is a very easy training to perform. It's basically a breathing training, and you can do it several times a day. You can do it at home by yourself, and it's just important that you do it on a regular basis. So my clients, for example, there are different systems, so there are various systems available on the market. So my clients, they get a computer monitor picture, and they will see a very relaxing scene, and they also can choose which picture they want to use. It has to be a picture which gives them pleasure, so that they have a good emotion when they look at it. And in the middle of the picture, there is a hot air balloon and the butterfly. And these are floating in the air. And if the coherence is there, they go up, and if the coherence is not there, they go down. So that's a visual indicator for the client to control what's going on. When they start...
Sabine, please tell. Yeah. Okay. The symptoms. We talk about burnout, about stress. How can I feel on which place I'm maybe on the path to go in a burnout, or I'm stressed? How can I feel it, and what kind of method is the best to use it in this part of maybe on the path? I know Dr. Childre has 5 methods, the freeze method and different breath breathing methods. So can you say me your favorite method and what is the best method in which place I'm, or which way on the path I'm on burnout or stress? Maybe I'm already in burnout, I'm already stressed, I'm sick, at home, I lose my job, or I'm on the way to getting sick. What different is this methods to use?
If stress has already had such a big impact, like to get you into burnout, it needs more and more intensive training than if you're on the way to burnout. So anytime when you start training, you have to be aware that this is not something which changes from today to tomorrow. It takes a longer time to restore the ability of the body to really relax. But you can see some effects of the training already after 6 to 8 weeks. So you can see the improvement, and you know you're on a good way, but it takes time to get back to the good stage. So
how many time it needs?
It can be, I had a client who was really, really close to burnout, and he was an international manager and was traveling a lot and basically dealing with Asia and the US and Europe. So he was like on guard around the clock. And for him, we, together with my colleague from the Sports Physiology Institute, we told him that if he wants to improve the situation, he really has to be adamant about getting enough time for himself to relax. So he did the coherence training, the breathing training, 3 to 5 times a day for 10 minutes. And he also made sure that after 8 o'clock in the evening, there was no computer work anymore and no phones and things like that. And he just relaxed. It was like the candlelight dinner situation we recommended to him. He maybe read a book. He went to a walk with his wife before going to bed, and he made sure that he had enough time to sleep. And it took him 1.5 years to get back to the idea.
Okay, yes, he is on a good way. I know a colleague from a course. I do a course to be self-employed in Switzerland, and I have a colleague. He has 3 heart attacks and burnout, and the reason why it depends on his job, because he is a 5-time CEO from 5 different companies in the same time, and he always do everything by himself. He don't can say, please do it for me. He don't can delegate this work, and I say, oh no, I'm the best. Nobody can do it like me. So what can I do to listen to my heart, to understand what my heart is saying to me? Because a heart attack is
Yeah, first of all, you have to be open to change. if you want to change the situation, you have to change your lifestyle. It's not possible to go on like that and expect to get healthy. And if you're open to change, and if you really want to change something, and you really want to give your body your health back, then you have to be very, very consistent in changing your lifestyle and really cut down on stress, cut down on all these activities around the clock. It just doesn't work.
I'm a perfectionist. I cannot do this. I'm a perfectionist. I have to do every time is my job. And I'm a coach. What can I say to a person like he?
When you are open to change, you need a coach to help you to go through this changing period, because you cannot be your own coach. That is not possible at that moment anymore. You do not see where you have to go. You have to get some guidance. You have to get somebody from the outside who gives you a feedback on how you're doing and who helps you find ways to change your situation. Because even a perfectionist, you need to take care of your body. And perhaps the 80% version is good enough as well. But in order to accept that, you first have to change your way of looking at things.
You talk about change. You talk about the group of 14 management and officers, CEO and owner of companies you coach. What's happened after 9 months with this group? What are the results? What is changing in this time?
Well, unfortunately, I couldn't remeasure the group, but I got some feedback from some people out of the group. One of them was really heavily overweight, and he integrated the coherence training into his day. He was on the road all the time, going to clients, and so he also had to eat outside in the restaurant all the time. He was a lot in the car. There were stressful situations on the road and all this. So he learned how to integrate the coherence training into his day with a little device I could give him. He did the training in the car when he was on a parking lot and tried to relax. And then also he changed his nutrition to a highly nutritional nutrition with fresh vegetables, with low carb, and he made sure that he got enough of good food. And he lost 10 kilos in half a year.
Okay, so it's not only about the breath, it's a method, and with freezing, with pictures, and with positive thinking. It's with all the body I have to change. Not only this, I have to change my life.
Yeah,
and you are
you have
coach,
to change your lifestyle.
You coach the people.
Yes.
And you coach, so you are up to 9 months and helps them to understand what they have to change in their life.
Yes, I have clients, they stay with me for almost 2 years now in the meantime. They just come back to a session for like every 2 months or sometimes 3 months. And they just want to get some new input. And
Perfect. I think we have to come to the end. Please, Sabine, tell us in 60 seconds more about your why, please.
My why? Yeah, I really think that nature gave us a lot of possibilities, and there are a lot of natural ways of keeping our body healthy. And we get older and older, and it's only a pleasure to get old if you're healthy. So my why is to tell people what they can do to stay healthy, to keep their performance, to keep their good cognitive abilities.
Sabine, I love what you're doing. Sabine, thank you for your time, and I appreciate to hear more about this important theme, maybe in a few months. Join me, Siegfried Roos, next week on the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network on www.xcbn.net.